You can create money. It is an art.
Wow.
They were encouraged to
That lady was
smuggle
caught putting
India
salmonella
to
in a
Europe,
whole Oregonian
and from this
town
money,
where the
they could
Bagwaj
pay their
Rajneesh
workshops.
cult was.
No
They have to tell
Yeah,
you
this
they're
is
with
Gods of the New
Christian
Age
Children's Fund,
documentary
or they're
from
with the
1980.
Salvation Army,
You
or
must
they're using the money
watch
to
it, because
find
the
men missing in
insight
action in
of these
Vietnam.
people is
Whatever they
exactly
have to
what's
do
going
to
on
get
in
the
our
money,
culture
they'll do that because they
today.
believe what their guru told them.
It's
that
about
the end
many, many different gurus,
justifies the
but
means.
what the end
Hinduism
justifies the
teaches
means.
you to die to
Now
the
you
voice
could
of the
you could
conscience
hear the
inside
word
that
Hinduism,
says,
but it's everything.
wrong.
It's the whole
It
thing.
teaches
It's
that there is no
the kit and
sin.
caboodle of the
This
cabal
can be seen in
and
the way that gurus
the
and their
serpent,
disciples
the
justify
serpent worshippers
murder, violence,
who believe that if you
robbery,
eat the
bribery,
serpent,
and
you're going to
crooked
become the
business
serpent. They're using the
all done
east,
in the
the
name of
east,
heavenly deception.
and the west. But listen to what they say here.
People were
It's just like 2
encouraged
minutes.
not only to spy on each other when they were not properly
They're
surrendered
encouraged
the
to
master.
spy on each other,
People were encouraged to lie to each other.
to lie to each other.
The mail is censored.
The
We
mail
know
is
bribery
censored.
with local politicians.
Bribery with local
People
politicians.
undergo, as I did, a change
I saw
in
this
their value system and become confused
in
about what
1980
is
and
right
never
and what is
forgot
wrong.
it.
Another danger
But it
you
is
see in a lot of the
absolutely
Eastern thinking
pertinent.
is the sort of syncretism
Listen to this.
and the failure to make distinctions so that you transcend not just right and wrong, but this and that. And I think it's very important to say there are distinctions, not just between right and wrong, but in all sorts of things, to think critically, to think clearly.
The whole philosophy of Hinduism is very relative. There are no
So
absolute
you
moral
notice that you
standards
just
upon
watched
which
90
to
Day
act.
Fiancé, and
Your
no one has,
feeling of
everybody
right and wrong
doesn't
will
know what
change
they're
according
thinking.
to your
Or how-
level of consciousness.
You're asked, how do I
You
feel?
can become so completely
hard.
under the
Listen.
power of this particular person that you refuse to think, or if you like, you're unable to think. You can
Unable
lose
to
the power to
think.
take decisions of any sort, no matter how trifling, in any area of your life.
Sally Belfridge, former resident of Rajneesh's religious community in India, wrote of her disillusionment in her book, Flowers of Emptiness.
I felt more and more kind of drawn into this emptiness of his. It's impossible to describe. It's more than charisma. Charisma doesn't do it justice at all. It's more than an aura. I really believe that he knew something I didn't. That he was on a plane that I was not.
They ask you for total and also brainless obedience and worship because they are God and
Okay, did
they
you
are
hear
more
what
than
they said?
human. And
I
you have to follow
believe
these gods.
that they knew something
You are
that
not
I
asked
didn't.
to
Isn't that
deal with
what
the
is
brain and
everything on
to ask
every TV
questions.
commercial?
I discover with amazement.
They all look
and
like they
dismay
think we know
the
something. They
readiness
know
of
something that
people
we
to
don't.
Submit. So many people in the world feel
Submit.
that they've got to fling themselves headlong and believe and give up their autonomy. People love to give up this heavy freedom that we have to carry with all the decisions and the effort it implies.
Freedom in the East is freedom from individuality. So it's a detached freedom that has no high place of man. And a lot of the Eastern way of thinking is like a sort of mist that falls in, or it's been described as an embrace that smothers any differences.
I found that I lost my identity somehow. He had no identity. He was a sort of conduit to the infinite. And I was somehow at the receiving end of something very strange and extraordinary.
All right, we're going into part two. So, but do you see, this is from 1980, and this was an enormous trend. We saw the Lululemons, their expensive clothes, everybody wearing yoga pants and the ponytail. We saw the outshoot of this for the following 20 years, and after 9/11, really hot and heavy. But you're not seeing the gurus. What we're seeing is it's right in your face. This inability to think, this inability to have any clue, any footing. If you watch this documentary called Gods of the New Age from Jeremiah Films, you're going to get the academic people, and you're also going to be able to see Bhagwan Rajneesh's right-hand woman, and then in forensic files how she was charged for actually poisoning an entire Oregonian town to get their politicians in there and the regular people out. So there's a lot that can be said for hindsight when you watch this show, and it's really sad that Carol Matriciana died just this year or last year. This is very important because if you look at these people who are experts on cults, they're talking about the same mentality that we have in our culture today, where you have all the Kim Kardashians and all that stuff. Everybody is just repeating the same old weird sayings, or saying, I can't even, or, you know, everything is this New Age thing, and it's not necessarily Hinduism, it is Satanism. It is the opposite of Christianity. It's the opposite of good, even though it seems good. I love Indian food. I just made it myself yesterday. It was delicious. But this is something very, very important.